Okay, so today we are going to divide a fraction using a visual model, and we are going to have a word problem, which I've already started working on. And so the problem is Ashley wants to share candy with her friends. She has 2.5 packs of Sour Patch Kids, and we want to know how many friends she can share it with if she gives each friend half a pack. So under the cubes method, we are going to circle any numbers in units, and so we've circled 2.5 packs and also half a pack. We need to also underline what the question is. So how many friends can she share it with if she gives each friend half a pack? Now we need to box in any keywords that lets us know what the operation is going to be. And in this case, I noticed that she's going to share. So for me, it means that she's going to split it up. And then I also saw another keyword which says each friend. Okay, so we know that she's going to divide. So we have two numbers, 2.5 and 1/2. And so we see that the 2.5 is listed as a mixed fraction, okay? Or mixed number. So what we need to do is fix that so that it is in improper form. And in order for us to do improper form, we always start from the bottom and work our way up to the top so that we get the correct answer. Notice that it's a C. Is what happens once we do it correctly. All right, and so we have 2 times 2. We use the Texas method. 2 times 2 gives me 4. 4 plus 1 gives me 5. So we have a total of 5 in the numerator, and our 2 is what we initially started out with. So we'll still have a 2 in the denominator. Okay, and then we have our 1/2. That is in proper form. For when we're working with fractions, so we can go on and work with it as it is. So we're looking to see what does Ashley have, because when we talk about division, the dividend is always the total amount or what someone is willing to share, what they have available. The divisor is the known part. That is one part or equal parts that we want to that we know about, and we want to find out how many equal parts we can come up with to evenly share the total amount. So in this case, we have 2.5 packs of candy, and that's our total amount that she's willing to share. So we're going to put our 2.5 packs here, which came out to 5 halves. And we are dividing that into half a pack each for each friend. Okay, and so we're going to try to find the quotient, the missing part. All right, so the first thing that we do is we start off with our color coding. We're going to use blue and yellow this time. We'll use blue and yellow. All right, so from our original problem, we need to know how many columns and rows we have in all. So we need a total of 2 columns. And remember, our column, C, stands for ceiling to the floor, so that's up to down. And so we have our 2 columns, and now we need 2 rows. So we're going to make 2 rows. All right, so we have our 2 rows here. And so now what we need to shade in is 5 of the columns, but we only have 2. So what that means is add on to the original model so that we have 5 columns, and just expand your rows. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, and so now what we need to do is shade in each of the columns, each of the pieces in the columns. All right, and then we go to our rows. We need to shade in one of the 2 rows. And remember, we always start with our original model. So we're only going to shade in one of our new rows. And so now we go across and we figure out, well, how many pieces were shaded in. I realized I used the wrong color. This is supposed to be yellow. Sorry. It's got yellow pieces. Okay, so we're going to figure out how many columns and rows are shaded. So we have We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue marks. And then our rows, we have 1, 2, 2 yellow marks. And so we notice that we have 10 over 2, but we can reduce that because both of them are divisible by 2, which would mean 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we have a total of 5, okay? 5 over 1 or 5, okay? And to check our answer, we can go back to checking our work by putting our quotient in here, which is 5 over 1. And our divisor, multiplied by the part that we knew about. So these are the two parts. And the two parts should equal the whole, which is the dividend. So when we multiply fractions, we remember that we always multiply straight across. So we go 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. So we should have 5 halves for our dividend, which is what we had up there. Thanks for watching.